All right, everybody, happy Wednesday. I'm going to be calm. I'm going to try to not yell, talk about composites. What I want to do, quite honestly, I want to first thank all of our suppliers in this unique industry. If you look at where we were at when I got here in May, our volume was not ideal, and in most cases, for those that follow in the RV industry, I don't even think we were showing up in stat surveys, especially in some states. So what's kind of happened over the last 17 months? We've overhauled our entire sales team. We have a sales team of industry veterans that not just have been in the industry and check boxes. In my mind, they lead with empathy, kindness, they communicate, they do things the right way, which has quickly helped us accelerate to get new distribution locations, new dealers, and new locations nationwide because of their trust that they've earned, their reputation, and their hard work. So I, of course, want to thank our entire sales team that's bought into the vision of turning things around, making this become a destination partner for a lot of dealers that say, they're not pushy, they're not forcing us to carry X amount on the lot in excess. They're focused more on two primary things: getting units to land at dealer locations and connect with retail customers to invite them to see the product, to help accelerate and make sure that the units that we make, they're not for everybody, but they're specifically for somebody, including this walkthrough I'm going to do today on what has been nominated. So we are one of 10 in this group by a industry publication of RV business to be nominated for RV of the Year. Extremely humbling. But again, as I was saying, so you got a sales group of industry professionals that have been in the business for decades. They've earned trust with dealers nationwide. So that's gotten us a knock at the door to come and test our product. And fortunately, because we have a team here in our plant 410 in Middlebury, Indiana, that's committed to doing work the right way, because we're focused on creating a culture that allows doing things the right way to thrive. And we're also patient and realistic. We're not going to have immediate growth because we're not in, those COVID days. So we want to be slow and steady and consistent for everybody that we serve. That allows us to do, in my mind, two things well. One, it prevents us from being able to overpromise and underdeliver by being transparent in our production schedule, letting dealers across the country know what we're producing per week. The fact that we're not doing excessive amounts of production. We don't have a lot of aged units in the yard. We're making units when they land. The customers like our product. They like the value that we're providing and the total price that they're paying throughout all of North America. And the most important thing, as many RVers that are choosing our brand of product more and more each day, is they're saying this guy actually does care. He's not reading from a script. I'm looking right now at my engineer, which I talk about all the time being the best. And he's been a great friend and mentor, and another guy that is like, here we go again, and believing in what we're doing and how we're doing it. So I just want to take a little bit of time today through the excitement, and I'm warning everybody, there is probably going to be 5,000 more stories, posts, maybe more live videos, because this isn't about me. I didn't design any of this. Ron did. I didn't make any of this. Our plant workers did. In terms of the excitement from owners seeing this increase of us communicating with them, reaching out, making sure that they're having a great ownership experience more than ever before, that's credit to JR Summy and our customer service team and our shipping team. So this announcement isn't something that I'm going to take pride in. I'm taking pride in all the workers that have dedicated for years, and they just needed support and leadership. This is for them. So this 394 is one of the new floor plans on a foundation that I feel is extremely unique. Credit to Ron's innovation. So first and foremost in the series, and I talk about this a lot, I don't want to get into the vinyl stickers that you see on the front cap. Okay, it's no secret. We make Columbus. We make River Ranch. We still have them here in the yard. They're still going to dealers. We're still supporting dealers nationwide and customers that choose that brand of product. But through our consistency, okay, we've earned the right to support Todd Martin and their growth with Puma. So we have a sister product that we get to produce to the same standard that people know. And over the last year and a half of us making content all over the country, they know now with Columbus. They know now with River Ranch. But this foundation is truly Ron's vision. So to me, anytime you're dealing with a trade industry magazine, they're looking at, hey, what's really unique that's out? And to the credit of the other nominees, they've done some great things. Maybe they negotiated with a supplier to get an exclusivity on a unique feature that they can have for the next 10 to 12 months before it's available for everybody. And maybe that unique feature is what everyone's seeing, and it's drawing interest that's different. Where I want to throw, all of our hats in the bag is that this has not been duplicated or copied yet in the industry. So to make things really, really simple, whether you see a River Ranch out there at any of these amazing dealer locations throughout North America, or you're going to see Puma Grand Mesa, I want to make things really, really clear. This is a unit, this specific floor plan that's up for RV of the year is under 43 feet. It's 42 feet, 7 inches. Its dry weight is 14,546 pounds. Okay? It's big. It's heavy. It's not going to get into all of the state parks or some of the campgrounds. But it was never designed to do that. Okay? What this was designed for is people that are quite honestly sick of stairs. For people that are going to have this be at a beautiful RV resort on a concrete pad, and they wanted a destination RV that's easily towable. That's what this is. So for the influx and the saturation by all the manufacturers in this industry, all building destination trailers, so now there's a billion of them to choose from, and that market's already kind of gotten saturated. Here, this product from Ron's vision has yet in 2025 to be duplicated by anybody. And the concept is simple. You raise the entire floor plan up. You provide customers who've RV'd for many years the most amount of pass-through storage in the entire industry. And Ron, if you'll just walk and pan, we have a pull-out tray from Moride that's not exclusive to us. Other people have integrated that as well. But what you're not seeing is from the rear of this coach to 43 feet to the front of the coach. The entire floor plan has been raised. It's fully supported with joists going across to support the living space of this floor plan, but the most pass-through storage. So when you look at within our own portfolio of product, whether it's the Columbus floor plans, whether it's the Puma Mesa floor plans, none of those have this concept. So every River Ranch that you see throughout North America, there's even used ones that are out there, older models. That's what that platform is. One level living, like a ranch home, like a vacation home. You go into the unit, and if you're there for 2 to 3 months, from the back of the coach all the way to your front bedroom. This is a couple's floor plan, not for families. And we're going to show you this floor plan. But it's one level living. So if you want to have a RV in place of an expensive second home at a beautiful location, whether it's you own the private property or you find an amazing campground where this can be at for a seasonal site, it's easy to tow, or it can be delivered and set up on that concrete pad, but you don't have to deal with steps. It's the closest thing to a destination trailer, but it's much more easy to tow. Okay? So I want to just take you guys in. Again, this is more of a detailed calm down walkthrough of the 394, and I really just want to highlight on the inside the unique layout that Ron designed. And we had this on display at this year's Forest River Expo. We, of course, were very excited because, again, we're very, very proud over the last 16 months of, introducing ourselves to dealers and talking about Columbus and them going, who? And talking about River Ranch and going, ooh, what's that? To now actually getting dealers, I don't want to say fighting, but they're realizing and hearing through their 20 groups, we are consistently doing things the right way. And what really matters too is being able to deliver something that a lot of people can still afford. Okay, so I think the pricing, if you guys are interested, I included in the comments, our customer care team is taking leads right now, and we're starting to generate quite a few, where you can just let us know where you're located. We will get you in touch with the nearest authorized dealer. You can find out the pricing that you'll see nationwide. So I want to take you guys into this floor plan. This again is the 394 RKL. We are a finalist in this year's RV of the year for the entire industry. And again, I'm so proud of every individual at this team. I just get to be loud and a cheerleader for their hard work. Okay. So as you come into this coach, you have a true mudroom. You have floor-to-ceiling storage. You have your washer and dryer in here. So from the factory, you can have it factory installed, stackable washer and dryer. It can be ordered by any of our authorized dealers to have it delivered to that dealership in this way for their inventory. Or if you choose not to have it be a washer and dryer, it just has adjustable shelving in this massive closet. Again, knowing that you have one level of living in this entire floor plan for couples, not families, this ensures that everything that is outside on the campsite, so whether it's muddy boots, shoes, jackets, mittens, gloves, shorts, even folding chairs, you have a dedicated space that is lower than the one level living where everything can be here stored so that all that's going to be in the living space is you, who hopefully is clean, so your better half isn't mad, and you're able to, like I said, reside in this for a long period of time as close as you can to like a one-level ranch home. All right, so like I said, you've got floor-to-ceiling storage. You have this built in here with cushion. So this is obviously an ideal location. You grab the shoes from underneath. You have added storage under these step treads here in this mudroom area. I do feel that comfortably you'd be able to store probably 10 pair of shoes in here without being in anybody's way. I imagine if my wife was with me and we're in this floor plan, she's right here. The only time I'm coming upstairs is bringing in groceries. I do the same thing at my own personal residence. I can hand them to her. I leave my shoes on, so I don't have to worry about getting my outdoor shoes in the living space. So I just think from a concept standpoint, to see a floor plan where you have a complete mudroom, like you would in a home, I think that's unique for the industry and timely right now here in 2025 with this 2026 new model. Okay, so I'm going to step up the stairs, and you get online to Amazon, whatever. You can get a small little gate here, but now that I'm in the coach, I will not have to go up and down any steps at all. And if we come in here, again, we're talking a couple's floor plan. So you think like these destination trailers you see, one-level ranch homes, cabins at a beautiful lake spot. You go into these homes, they're smaller homes. What do you have? You've got a dining room, you've got a sectional sofa, you've got a TV, you've got a fireplace. You're getting all of this here. And the fact that, like I said, it's not as difficult to tow as some destination trailers that are out there, it just makes it easy to have that feeling of being at home or being at a vacation property and being able to move it if after a year or two you've really enjoyed being somewhere beautiful in Colorado, but you want to go south to Arizona. You'll be able to do that easily with this floor plan because, again, it is easy to tow. You have a U-shaped kitchen here. A little thing that's a little unique than maybe like our 384 rear kitchen with the Columbus brand of product. Okay, by raising this and not having your sink here, we want to create a bar top where you can just simply make your coffee. You have an outlet here. There's outlets throughout this entire coach. Okay, you've got a power tower back there. So you're having your coffee, you can sit here, you can turn on the TV, you watch the news in the morning, you have a conversation with your partner. Again, not worrying about going up and down steps, dropping things, feeling confined. It's a pretty open space, okay? You can have cross conversation with your guests when you go to a beautiful location. You've got ample seating. Right here, we have these wood bar stools. These are going to rotate, so you can sit quite comfortably. They're not cheap, solid hardwood. You've got seating for 2, 4, 5, maybe 6 guests. Just again, depends on the size of the campers. I just think that this is a tremendous layout to be able to have cross conversation, open concept, 7-foot ceilings. It feels very spacious. You don't feel confined. And as I sit here, if I were to close that entry door, this feels like a home to me. Now, again, I'm biased. I am the GM, but I just think it's brilliant in its concept. Because as I showed you guys in the beginning of this live stream, we have pass-through storage all the way and an added 1,000 pounds of storage you have. And there's some things on the material side that I'll talk to after we get done with this floor plan. All of your appliances, residential, stainless steel finish. Okay, undermount sink, and I'm just checking boxes at this point. So at this price point, MSRP, it's not 200,000, it's not 180, it's not 160. I think people are going to be really surprised how we were able to deliver this unique, not duplicated yet concept within a fifth wheel. It's pretty incredible. Here in the corner, even though we are on a raised platform, it's not so high. You'll be able to open the exterior door that you have to bring that trash, to go throw that away as well. And that's here in this open cavity. As I mentioned, you have 110, USB, USB-C for your smart devices, all standard equipment in charging in here. Upper cabinets as well, along with lower and a pantry. Plenty amount of space for, again, couples that are going to be at a beautiful location for a long period of time. Okay, this truly is your vacation home on wheels. Okay, this main slide is oversized, so it's just a longer slide to accommodate, again, you have a space for your 12-volt fridge, seating for 2, and we had this void, and I know in talking to Ron, he kind of said, well, I could put a desk here, but you guys are going to see he had a pretty brilliant idea back over here. Because he and I were kind of talking. He's like, okay, you think about it. You're on a vacation. You're sending, maybe you have some bills to go through. Just, private things. You're looking at your bank statements. Whatever's going on your journey, you don't want all this right here in the open area when guests come in and out. So we want to give you guys privacy, and we're going to show you what Ron thought of that I think is brilliant to give you that privacy of the personal information that's on your laptop and the things that, you're doing when you're traveling. So right here for now, we just said, hey, why not have additional seating? So if you do have guests, they're sitting for 2 folks right here. In this bracket that we purchased, there's a big solid arm, and we'll have more pictures because, again, I'm really excited about our nomination, but we're going to have a table that will snap onto that. So if, like I said, you wanted to maybe play a game or just have some discussion and be able to set drinks down, you'll be able to do that on this table when you're sitting here with some guests, or the guests can sit here while the owners are happily sitting on this beautiful sectional sofa. This is the largest TV we've ever installed. Is that 65? Okay, so we got a 65-inch TV. You do have a little bit larger fireplace as well. So again, not exclusive to us. You see this in a lot of beautiful luxury fifth wheels, but you don't see it with one level. There's no steps that you have to deal with. It's all one level like a home. You also see a massive amount of natural light. Ron loves to put as many windows into a floor plan as possible. I think that that goes back to his days of growing up in Riverside, California, his love for the sunshine. And, we do love it too. And a lot of the feedback we get from folks that maybe didn't know about our brand of product as we're emerging and being more present throughout the country, they really appreciate seeing that attention to detail. Where a lot of times where manufacturers can save money is on the off-door side. If this is your campsite, okay, they're going to have very, very small windows and very, very few. Ron's hope with this concept was couples are going to take this to more beautiful locations to where everywhere you are, there's a beautiful landscape to, look at and capture those memories. And I just think, like I said, it was really well done. We're coming to you live in the all-new 394 RKL. So let's now go back. So here's your main living. This again, Ron, if you'll just kind of pan, you have a very comfortable kitchen. I'll kind of stand over here so they can get the POV from you. But Ron's in the kitchen. You've got your open living concept here. There's no steps in the transitions going to and from. And like I suggest, anybody that buys any of our River Ranch or Grand Mesa products, all you have to do is put up a little gate that you can order on Amazon, like those plastic ones, and you'll never have to take a step up or down the entire coach. And you have an extra 1,000 pounds of cargo in your pass-through. So here's what I was talking about. You want to have that desk space that's not there. So if you asked, that's why we want you to see this floor plan for yourself. And we want to get more of your feedback because, again, as of today's date, we didn't win. We're only nominated. We're going to find out in a couple weeks if this, in fact, gets your votes to be RV of the year. But we still are going to start getting feedback, okay? How can we make this a little better? We were just talking about, from a construction standpoint, there are rules that we have to follow when it comes to the construction, running wiring, etc. And Ron and I were having a conversation earlier. We already have an outlet here. We have an outlet here. So if you are sitting at this beautiful built-in desk with a ton of natural light, okay, do we need to add another outlet? Give us that feedback if you guys are watching this live or you're watching it, once we finish and the live's over. I'm going to be looking at those comments on just ideas that you have. But with this slide, a lot of natural light. All of these windows are going to open. But here's your desk area. Again, do all your work if you're working remote. Catch up on those bills. Catch up with the family. And you can do that all in privacy. This door will shut, so I'll just close it real quick. But now you have the ability to isolate, your personal belongings, going down this long, beautiful hallway to your primary bedroom. This space is for you couples. And the rest of that is for hosting all your friends and, discussing memories, whether it was a funny walk that you guys had and stories being shared, or just good times in fellowship with those that you care about and you love. I love this floor plan. This is a nook space, so this can be used for an extension of maybe the kitchen. Maybe you want to set this up or this area up as your, coffee or cappuccino, or again, you're just putting bills, your travel information, maps, etc., and more storage. You're going to have soft closed drawers. They're all hardwood, okay? Nice upper cabinets as well, but you have no shortage of storage. And again, all one level living. As we move forward, okay, so just kind of show that the built-in here, soft close everywhere. Okay, you got privacy shades as well. Want to give you, again, more natural light here in the hallway. And then this floor plan has one bathroom. Okay, it is a full bathroom. You're going to have upper storage. Ron, I'm just going to open these so you can pan and show them with everything being open, just how much storage you have in this bathroom. But we have porcelain commode, one-piece fiberglass shower, again, tall ceilings. So if you're somebody that's 6'3", taller, we think you're going to be very comfortable in this floor plan for a couple reasons. The ceiling height, but also the doorways. And remember, we're raised on one level, so to still have this much ceiling height, the doorways being 78 inches, it feels very residential. Okay, moving up here to the primary room. You have a king-size bed, okay, for you and your partner. You have reading lights above, equipped with USB charging as well on both of these. Okay, you have 110 outlet in here for CPAP devices. They can be mounted here. So for you, your partner on both sides, they're not on a shelf where they teeter-totter, you risk them falling. They're stable and easy to put away. Put the room back together, very, very nice. While we're in here, this is all kind of new for our plan as well. Ron worked very, very hard with, again, our great suppliers, and there's a long list of folks to thank. So between now and when the voting's final, even if we don't get that title, just the fact that we're here in less than 2 years is humbling to say the least. But with this new front cap profile, with this massive front tempered glass window, again, more natural light. Okay, you're going to have privacy shade here as well, so you're not blinded, depending on how you're positioned at your campsite, okay? But again, a lot of natural light. Around the perimeter, okay, mirrored finish here with your wardrobe closet. And because again, the 7-foot ceilings, you have a lot of storage around the entire perimeter of this primary room with a king bed. And the fact that again, 6'3", 260, 258 on a good day, I can walk on both sides of this king-size bed. And even my wife would be proud. I can't make excuses. I could actually help make this bed. While we're here, you do have additional storage. Now these chairs are for, your office. You can obviously use those and just bring them up forward when you guys have guests. But you're going to see this is finished off. All your slides are all electric. They're all loomed. So all the wiring is out of the way. We've put plywood down to ensure nothing would get tied in to the rack and pinion gears. But you have added storage. It's all aluminum, welded from the factory. The mattress is not the best, okay? So replace it. But at least I'm confident your bed frame's going to last you a long time. At the foot of the bed now, okay? So we talked about your perimeter storage here around the front cap. You have a longer slide again. And this is where Ron's always thinking. He is an RVer. He's been for a long time. He's an amazing father. And he loves going with his son. He was just, you guys went what, last week before? Right. So when he's in his coach, he's always thinking, what's practical? What works? And he's listened to the voice of the customers where they say, we want to have hallway storage that either can be, extra towels and things from the bathroom, and we kind of want to isolate that from the bedroom. So, in this design of the all-new 394 RKL, okay, he made this a pocket door, and by building this out, we could close this off completely, and then right here you have a true hallway closet, okay, built into the slide, but yet you can still isolate for privacy. Okay, so if the missus is getting ready, my wife Ashley, God bless her, she knows I love her, but she'll tell me, oh, I need 5 minutes to get ready. It's never 5 minutes. So this would allow her that space and that privacy to get ready, and then I can just pace here in the hallway because there's no steps until she is ready. Okay. But again, very, very well thought out. The feedback so far from Expo, from our dealer partners, they really like the fact that we did this to, again, isolate and separate storage from utility of the bathroom, or, again, it can be an extension of what's there that's not put away in the perimeter of the front cap. Okay, mirrored finish as well. Soft close all here, all hardwood right now, with all of your door fronts. Fireplace, a second smart TV. So again, if you're somebody that is, you see a lot of these floor plans, we as manufacturers, if something's popping, I can look at stat surveys and we can go, yeah, we could do a front kitchen like XYZ. Nobody's doing this concept. So if you're somebody that wants no steps and you've owned a lot of fifth wheels and you don't know a lot about River Ranch or Puma Grand Mesa, and you have questions that you want answered by our factory team, more information, I want everybody to understand when you get these videos from us as the manufacturers, we're not getting paid when you buy, okay? When we sell these to dealers and they're making an investment in our brand of product, that's when we're making our money. And so what's really important for you guys to know, and why I explain that, then all of the efforts of us letting you guys know when Archie Rodriguez is traveling along the West Coast, or Keith Lesnar is heading out to Colorado, or Chris Lash is putting on his suntan lotion and heading down to Florida, or Brian Stevens is traveling in the Northeast, okay? We're letting you guys know where our factory team is traveling, so that you can have more of your questions answered by our team. And the name I didn't mention, Steve Jacobs, our national sales manager, who's responsible for Texas, Louisiana area. He's also traveling and supporting our entire sales team throughout all of North America. And our purpose of letting you guys know where we are, when we're going to be there, what dealers that we're going to be visiting with, is so that you can schedule that time in advance to find our team. So if you weren't aware that I'm sharing that information as the general manager, please follow me on my personal social. We're going to continue to always be updating. We're getting ready for show season, and we want you to know who our team is so you can get a relationship and we can spend more time not trying to sell you this product, okay? Because we all know, as I said in the beginning, I have a sales team of professionals. I think that my sales team I put against anybody in this industry. They're empathetic, they care, and they're driven about doing things the right way and making sure that when you buy our product, we want to have a relationship with you and have you be happy that you did, okay? And that's why our team is focused on getting you as much information about the slide mechanisms, why we're putting ABS brakes on these, the roof construction, the things that you can't easily see. You know, seeing people smile when they go, oh, you guys do know a thing or two about construction. That's why you're not using self-tapping screws on your T-molding of your slide boxes, because you understand that self-tapping screws will come loose and fall out, and a wood screw will retain and stay in place much better, and it will give you guys a better ownership experience. That's the kind of communication that I want us to continue doing. But the good news is now we're really in a rhythm, and it seems like we're really hitting on what these owners have been asking for when they're spending $100,000 plus on a fifth wheel. And I feel that Ron has done just a phenomenal job, and he's just needed a team that saw his vision and share it and identify that, again, this isn't going to be for everyone, but it's definitely for a group of folks that are going to be retired, semi-retired. They want to spend time at beautiful destinations. They want an affordable consideration option for a second home or a vacation home. This can be that, versus, like I said, buying a destination trailer that's more difficult to travel with, okay? So again, we're going to walk through, and Ron, just continue to show there's 0 steps throughout this entire floor plan designed for couples. The 394 rear kitchen floor plan, and you can see it again available in the Puma Grand Mesa lineup or the River Ranch lineup, both of which are made here by our same team, and I'm the GM, so don't look at the stickers. Just know in Middlebury, Indiana, this is where these are being made. Ron will go outside and just kind of go through some of the specs and the construction things so people are aware. So I posted a story where I was screaming about composite. So as the camera's showing you, the entire basement is 100% composite material. There's no wood. Up here you can see from our framing, that's steel. This is all composite as well. So there's no wood decking, no tongue and groove, no OSB, 100% composite. All of our slide floors are 100% composite. I talked about on the inside right here, the little attention to detail to what we think is making a better coach. We're using wood screws here on all your T-molding. They're going to hold a lot better to ensure we're keeping moisture out, just like we're using Mylar tape. And then when we bring that TPO membrane over the side, we have butyl tape on the back side here. And then with wood screws, and we're caulking both the top and the bottom, That's 3 layers of protection, okay? As far as your travel, I talk about again, all right, Will, you're saying this big heavy sucker, 14,000 pounds dry, is easier to haul and tow than a destination trailer. I truly believe it is. You're going to have dual 8K axles. They're going to be standard equipment with peace of mind with ABS brakes. So want to give a big shout out and a thank you to Lippert for your support of being able to provide customers that choose our brand of product more peace of mind. Okay, you're going to have the slipper roller suspension system. Again, that is a Kurt brand product. We've been very, very happy with its performance. The thing that I think we're most attracted to is it doesn't require a lot of maintenance. Okay, so it's been a very durable. I think that in the industry, it probably doesn't get enough attention. So for any of my competitive counterparts, I would even invite you to learn a little bit more about slipper roller. That technology is proven and it does a tremendous job with our coach. Okay, as we continue around, I mean, just some of the features you're going to see. All the windows, they are not frameless. We did switch to framed windows, and that savings from the change of framed windows allowed us to invest that money into the composite material, which again, now you don't have to worry about wood getting wet and having damage be caused by water in your coach. You've got dual LED awnings, okay, our roof construction, 2.5-inch wide trusses, 16 inches on center the entire span. I'll be doing some live videos showing you guys a tour. We were just talking about, again, more transparency. We're going to break up what a factory tour does, and we're going to have an outline and a breakdown in a series of videos kind of highlighting each step in the process of our 16 stations from rolling chassis to finished product. Okay, moving up here on this front cap that I was talking about with that beautiful window, we do use high-density spray foam in the front cap. So just like, you're hearing me say that, you're going, wait, Will, you're talking like like a residential home? 100%. There's a local contractor, local to Middlebury, Indiana, that will do high-density spray foam on pole barns and outbuildings and homes, okay? Your attics, that you see videos all the time. He literally comes here with his equipment, and when we get these molds from our supplier, he's going to spray all of those with 1 inch of foam on the entire backside. So instead of having bat insulation that's going to fall down, and you have no idea, unless you pull the front cap off to see where your insulation is, this entire thing, you've got a lot more stability and structure with that spray foam. Okay, it's impervious to, moisture as batten insulation is not. But more importantly, you get an R7 per square inch for your R value. So we just think it's the best insulation you can get. On all your roof trusses in between, we are going to use bat insulation, so I want to be clear. Same with your heated and enclosed underbelly. You do have forced heat going through there, and we're using a radiant foil backer on the underbelly material. That's going to help radiate the heat and distribute it further. 6-point hydraulic leveling. For those of you that would want a generator, we run all the wires to your transfer switch box. Our dealers appreciate that, but you can order this Grand Mesa or River Ranch brand of product, okay, with a generator that can come from the factory. Currently, we are using the Moride pin box, so that is an upgrade. That's going to be standard, actually, on everything that we build, even the fifth wheels that have steps, okay? On this side, I'll just kind of point out, Ron, we can show them. So this is going to be your control system for your leveling. And then that's going to be your transfer switch box. So you'll have the whip in there to set up a generator if you choose to do that post-sale or down the road. Okay, there's your, we do have a water filtration system. So this Go Blue Tech has been fantastic. We've gotten a lot of good feedback. Really want to thank them as a partner as well. They were new for us this year, and so far we've been really happy. So that's going to be your setup there for your convenience center. And again, just panning through all of this storage. So, normally our fifth wheels, you get about 2,100 pounds of cargo capacity. That's, again, assuming all of your tanks are empty. When it comes to the Grand Mesa and the River Ranch, okay, credit to Ron's brilliance, you're talking 3,100 pounds of cargo. Again, asterisks, assuming that all of your tanks are empty. Have there been any questions, Ron? No? Okay, perfect. So like I said, I'm really, really excited. Today was just a fantastic day to just, the word's getting out. We've been receiving a lot of calls. Hey, Will, congratulations. Wow, Will, that's awesome. Guys, I didn't do anything. I've just been applauding this amazing team that's already been doing consistent work. They just didn't have a voice and they didn't have a sales team that was getting out there and sharing our story. The good thing is, over the last year, I think we've done a great job of, getting the information out there about Columbus and just a gentle invite for people to walk our product when they see some of the more well-known names out there. And so my ask is, with this being voted as the RV of the year, I want to get as much feedback as possible, because if we've caught the attention of the industry, man, we must be close to having something really special. And by getting more of your feedback on just some small things we would maybe need to consider, we can really have something that's going to be truly unique and bring a lot of happiness to a lot of folks that choose to invest in our brands of products. So again, I want to thank you guys for just coming on. I'm honored to be here in Middlebury, Indiana, and lead this amazing team. A lot of exciting things are happening, and I still think, even with all the excitement of the 394 RKL being voted as a nominee for the RV of the year, we're just getting started. There's a lot of exciting things that are going to be coming in the months ahead. So unfortunately, as I say all the time, you're just beginning to see this face and the excitement that I have for this team and what they're doing. So just stay tuned. If you have any questions, get a hold of our customer care team. I included their contact information in the comments, and we'll be sharing this as well, getting this information out. And as I said, Archie Rodriguez, best in the West Coast. He's our West Coast rep. We have Keith Lessner. He is our Midwest to the Mountain West representative. Steve Jacobs, the national sales manager, primarily covering Louisiana and Texas and some other areas as well. Chris Lash is in the Southeast, and Brian Stevens, who is our senior veteran, 41 years in the business, I think 30 years with Fleetwood. So if you want some good RV stories, I'm sure he'd be a good person to find and have him share some of those and kind of the evolution that he's seen over 41 years in this industry. But, when I asked Brian, hey, have you seen anybody else duplicating or doing this? He said, absolutely not. So if you're looking for a product that's not a me too, if you're looking for a product that 10 other manufacturers also have, this isn't going to be that. But if you're looking for something that's truly unique, that has been tested, that's using the right materials, the right construction, we just want to simply invite you to reach out to us. Let us know where you're located. We're going to get you in touch with our authorized dealer. We will communicate with you on when it's going to arrive so you can make arrangements for you and your family to take time on your own with none of us there to go through the coach and see if we've done a good job and it's everything that you guys have been wanting and looking for that maybe you didn't even know about until the day in which you see it. So Ron, want to thank you so much. I'm so proud of you, and I'm really, really excited. And yeah, let's keep the excitement and the noise coming. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.